We're live. Anxiety. Here it is. Awesome. And Teresa and Matt are fellow purgers. Um, we've had the opportunity to be family out in California, so that was an awesome experience. So if you have any questions of what we're talking about from our experience, and I'd be glad to share that too. So opening up this call is based. I think all of you are in the Fuck It community. This call is based around the Fuck It community. It's all good. And so when Keith created the Fuck It community, and he brought it to my attention. He actually posted a status about it. I'm like, wow, that's brilliant. And he had some people come into the community, and then I was really inspired by it, and um, I shared the name, and I noticed like a lot of people started engaging in the idea of fuck it because it's such a liberating thing. It's like fuck it, like any problem that comes along you in life, it's like fuck it, it's all good. Because if you worry about it, if you worry about it in the future, just like we talked about anxiety, it's like you're betting against yourself. So fuck it is like this perfect shift move to say, hey, it doesn't matter, I'm in power. So moving on, but Keith and I decided to build the group together, and at first it started out as this funny group about nothing. Like, fuck it, we're just gonna joke around and have fun. But there's also this deep spiritual meaning to it. And right now, this call, I want to declare this powerful coaching call is as a community, as a unit, we're moving into phase two of the fuck it, the fuck it community. And where I'm coming from with this is now we're already at a place where it's like fuck it. If something is stressing me out, fuck it, and it clears our mind. But now we're digging deeper into the spiritual aspect, the mindset of everything. And fuck it is good as like the beginning phase, but then it's like, okay, what do we get to create now? What are the possibilities? What are the possibilities that we can create together? And that's becoming the highest versions of ourselves by moving forward as this community and holding this safe container together. Because what I've noticed with this group as it moved on is a lot of people are free to express in this group more than maybe the public profile where your aunt and your uncle and your family is watching you. It's like, oh, I get to finally say some of the fucked up shit that I think in my mind, and I get to put it out there, and I love it because it's like this dark humor but spirituality mix, and it's just a beautiful medley of awesomeness. So I want to set the container now. It's like the group has been through many phases, and it's like I actually, there were some people that were kicked out, there were some people that weren't really, they took it as a different way and didn't really get the concept. So it was like I really wanted to make this a quality group instead of like, no, let's just post memes and stuff like that. So as container, I mean like having having that place where you can freely express yourself without worry of judgment, without worrying about what the outside world thinks of you. And ultimately, it's to build you, yeah, safe space. It's ultimately it's like the perfect place where you can show up in power and then take that into public and knowing like, hey, it doesn't fucking matter what people think because as long as I got the fucking community here and they support me and they love me, and not even beyond that, like you sourcing your own love, but having the fucking community is like add on from you sourcing your own love is like, hey, I can go out there and be me and express myself, and it doesn't matter because there's still a close knit family right here that loves me and supports me and doesn't get into that petty shit of drama and judgment and things like that. So a lot of you, including myself, um, maybe raised in religious backgrounds where there was a lot of judgments and self-righteousness, righteousness, and righteousness. I'm saying righteousness, self-righteousness and judgment and like pointing the finger. And a lot of us have been raised with family, that or society that can get conditioned us to really be worried about. Hey, Becca.
Hey, thanks for I'm late.
I have ADD. I gotta introduce everyone that joins. so so these conditions that we brought on from society are playing in our subconscious mind. And then we react of how we share our message and how we express ourselves and how we show up in life from those subconscious patterns that we obtain at an early age, from up to the age of 6. And it's just a repeat of those patterns unless we take conscious awareness and observe it. I see you, Matt. So the whole thing about fuck it is self-expression. I had a conversation with somebody yesterday, and he asked me, he's like, "You're not one of those coaches who, put their message out there and say you got to be like me, you got to do this." And I'm like, "Wow, that's interesting that you brought that up because what I share is you being yourself. No one can replace who you are. No one. The reason why so many people end up miserable in life because they try so hard to A, be like other people and fit in with the mold, and B, honor every single fucking social contract that they obtained in the past. So it's like, oh, well, this person thinks I'm shy, so I got to act shy around them. And this person thinks I'm proper and I don't cuss at all, so I got to act proper in front of them. And then this person thinks that I don't think on a conscious level, so I got to stay surface level with this person. And then you spread yourself up so thin, and you lose track of who you are because you're operating in so many damn personas. It's like, holy shit. So like there's probably like a version of you of when you customer service representative, and you're like, oh, hi there, good morning, how are you? And you're like having this surface level conversation and you're not even connecting with each other. It's just like, you're just like two bricks. I don't know why I use bricks as a metaphor, but you're like two bricks just bumping into each other, and it's like just this continuous surface, like a unconscious conversation. Like you're not even, it's like you don't even know, it's almost like the same as when you drive in your car and you're getting to a destination, you don't even know how the hell you got there because you weren't even thinking. You just listened to the radio and you're like, oh shit, I'm here now. I didn't even like take track of like every turn that I made. Kathy, is that you?
Yep.
Good to have you here. So I think there's two. I think Becca and Kathy are the newcomers. Well, to catch up with you guys is what we did in the beginning is we set an intention. So if you want, take the time to breathe and meditate and set an intention of what you most want to get out of this call and what key emotions are coming up for you. So I'm gonna get on to reading some of the comments on the side, and by inspiration, I'm gonna mold what it is I'm gonna say. So. Awesome.
Okay.
We got anxiety, feeling tense. That's normal. I'm gonna do what I want in this call. Sadness, ending relationships, moving past old association. Curious. Listen to what others had to say about whatever it feels going on with them. Clear my head. Feel present. So I'm going to start out with Jesse, because that's where I feel like the most clarity around. And so Jesse, you say you're changing up relationships. It sounds like you're changing your environment. And Jesse, he's a smart ass of mine. I call my clients smart asses. I don't like the I don't like using proper words for anything. He's a smart ass. He's a spiritual smart ass. And so Jesse, he's been working with me for I think it's been a year, probably over a year. And I think he's been following me since like I wasn't even a coach. Like I was just doing videos ranting about random shit, and I didn't know I wanted to be a coach or anything. I was just kind of like, yeah, 3 years of me ranting about ranting about politicians and all that good shit and religion. You probably seen probably like security guard videos, butter knife, my alias. He was a fake alias I had. Been doing a lot of stuff. So Jesse started working with me through the mindset, and he's been making. I want to keep like a safe container. Let me know if whatever it is, like you're okay with me sharing, and what's not okay to share. But on a basic term, it's like just a lot of stuff in the past that he's been clearing out and creating a new environment and creating new relationships, and it's been one hell of a ride. And Jesse has done like all these awesome things like cross country trips all around the USA. And where are you going now? Like in the near future?
I'm gonna go to India for 3 weeks, and Thailand, and then Europe. Travel in the States for another 2 months after that. So 4 months ish, give or take, on the road.
Nice.
Yeah. It's good.
So would you like to share anything about your story and like some of the challenges that you overcame? I know I'm kind of keeping you on the hot seat. We didn't even prepare.
Yeah.
I'm like, hey, Jesse.
But life just doesn't go the way that you think it will, and some of the most painful things. If I look back at how I was living my life a year and a half ago and how I live my life now, how I think now, it's not at all what I would have envisioned as even a possibility. After this trip coming up, I will have spent 9 months on the road out of 18 months. And I'm not doing anything in particular. I'm just traveling, going places, seeing what it is there to be found. So it's good from someone who's still lives in their hometown after 34 years and has wanted to leave for over a decade. But yeah, a lot of changes.
The interesting thing is most people when they move out of their parents' house, I think it was like 5 or 10 miles away from their parents, like the majority. Um, I think it's like 85% of the population. They just stay in their area because that's their safe spot. It's like, you know what? I'm comfortable here. I'm going to stay here. And Jesse, on the other hand, he's like, fuck that. I'm going to go to California. I'm going to go to Texas. I don't even know if you went to Texas. I know you're in Virginia. I'm going to go to Virginia. I'm going to go to India. I'm going to go to over here and here and here. And just obtain all these new experiences and seeing what else is possible out there.
But
Um,
it's really more about a mindset change. I traveled extensively ever since I could drive in the States, Canada. I've always gone places, but it's a whole other mindset to not have a home
right.
and get okay with not having a home. And yeah, I may still live in the same town, but I'm not really here. I'm just biding time till the next journey, and maybe I'll find a place to be along the way. Who knows?
How does that feel to be able to travel out there and just
Now it's more comfortable out there than it is here. Here, there is everything that you were talking about, personas and social contract, and out there, it's just that, and that's pretty cool. So,
awesome. I'm looking at some of the comments. So Matt, I see your comment. You want to clear your mindset. You notice some anger and sadness. Um, and if you like to type in the side chat, that's cool. If you want to talk, that's awesome. And let me know what's been coming up for you. What would you like to share? I don't hear you. Is it maybe that your headphones think it has a mic, but it doesn't, or something?
All right, I'll just
Oh,
take it off. Can you hear that?
yeah, I can hear it.
Okay, cool. So biggest thing for me right now, just feeling very tense in the body, feeling a lot of sadness and anger, a lot of sadness that's basically masked by anger. I feel like it has a lot to do with just putting a lot of pressure on myself, especially when I feel like I learned something new. I feel like I put myself up to a new standard, and if I don't meet that standard, I almost like start to self-criticize. But the reason I started to go into more of a self-realization journey was to lessen the self-criticism. So it's like I go out to solve a problem, and then I end up creating the problem that I was trying to solve by trying to solve it, and then overthinking and basically just putting a lot of pressure on myself and really just wanting to get better at just being, clearing my head, being more powerful in the now and not as cluttered in my head Really. So
You
that's
gotta live in the now, man.
basically. Yeah.
So what I imagine is, you've been to the purge with me, um, and you did all this processing, and I mean, the environment was fucking amazing. The energy there was incredible. And then you come home and you're looking to integrate it, and then you're in the same environment, and you live in Maryland too, and it's like, oh, DC again. and, and and now you want to take these new tools, and basically what you're doing is you're stepping into your passion, right?
Yeah. Yeah, slowly. It's getting there, yeah. Yeah.
So what I imagine is there's some anger and sadness of probably the life that you created in the previous, and now you're like eager to be like, I want to step into my passion right now. Fuck this.
Yeah, basically the anger is definitely the motivator right now.
hmm
Um, bringing in the power of it, yeah.
Yeah. So so I would say definitely the anger is can be a good tool to push you forward. Because if you're just content, you're like, well, I'm happy just being at the playing small, then I want to stay here forever and I'm happy. So anger is like a good feedback, and it's like um, God sent me nothing but angels. So it's like awesome. Like this anger is good feedback of like I'm not satisfied where I'm at now, and I get to push forward and move into the future and allow that to propel me. At the
Hmm.
same time, you don't want to be a drill sergeant in your mind like I was and be like, what the fuck? Or I am sometimes. And it's like, what the fuck? You gotta work. You gotta work. You gotta work. Um, the biggest takeaway that I got from the purge is just knowing that I can naturally be who I am and not try so hard to do anything. Um, it's like I can take inspired action, but the action that I take is never a struggle. It's never self-criticism. It's like I just got a message that I have ADD, and it's never like if it's hard, you're doing it wrong. Unless it's sex. Unless you're having sex, then it's cool if it's hard. But if, other than that, if you're fully aligned with your passion, it gets to be fun and easy, and it's a beautiful thing for you because you're making you're making like honestly, the purge was the most impactful experience I've had. So it's like for you to go through that, just starting out of getting into your passion, it's like you're already so empowered and you already have all these tools without even having to try. It's like okay, there's some skill sets that probably gets to be learned, but it's like okay, this can be easy. I'm already there. It's like I've already made the investment. It's already on its way, and I get to be who I am and be happy with that.
Yeah.
How have you been expressing your anger?
Oh, let's see. Scream in my car a lot. Like, I mean, DC traffic too, so that's kind of just normal around here. That let's see, just really trying to explore it, not really shut it off.
Mhm.
Whether it be previously, I just noticed I shut off the anger right away. So just trying to just breathe with it and feel with it, and just really just asking why, and just kind of being more with the question of it. And then that's when I normally realize that it's either masking like a sadness of something, or it's just kind of like trying to give me a little kick in the butt that
Mhm.
that I needed to do. So it's been pretty good. Yeah, so
Awesome.
that's probably the biggest nutshell of how I express anger.
And some other ways you can explore is destroy some shit.
Yeah.
Well, we can do that Saturday.
Yes.
After we go thrift shopping and blessing people's worlds, then we can start
Break.
vandalizing.
Yes. That's great.
And just to let you guys know, I do not support vandalism. Just destroy shit that you don't like anymore, like that you own, and it's all good. So do you feel how do you feel about moving forward? Like, are you clear about like what you're passionate about and what you want to do, or
Yeah, I mean, I feel really good about my purpose and going on with that. Packaging is probably the part where I get most frustrated about. But I feel like passion and purpose, I feel like I'm pretty clear on that at this point. Yeah.
awesome?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll send you some resources in our group of like things I use to package things.
Okay, cool.
All right, Mr. Heath. I was reading the chat. But yeah, I'll send you a resource of like how to package, and the main thing is to really look at like the five main needs of your client, your future clients, of what their pain point is, what keeps them up at night, and what they truly want to achieve, and then that's where you put your message around. And just like we the conversation yesterday, it's like instead of build it, they will come. Put the message out there and see they they take it in, and then if you notice like people are coming in, then you can go and build it while you're selling packages of whatever it is you decide to do.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, that was a huge message. Is
Yeah.
don't build it before they come because you might be tearing that shit down and rebuilding it really quick.
I built this log cabin. No, fuck that. We don't want it.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Gladly. Paquiro. You don't have a banana?
Not right now.
So is there any of you who would like to share if we've gone into this call a little bit, what's been coming up for you guys? What would you most want assistance around? I'm going to go by Mark. I'm going to go by a comment that you made prior to the call, and without like actually I don't even know your life story, so I'm not going to put your life story out there, but um, but let's see, since I'm called, awesome, beautiful. So all right, I'm gonna give it to Mark, and then I'm gonna read that. I gotta make sure I don't distract myself. All right, so Mark, the message that you sent is basically Mark is in an environment that he doesn't. He's taken the red pill. From what I understand, he's taken the red pill and been in a life that he wasn't too. Been in an environment that he's not too happy with, and now it's like, holy shit, there's all this awesome things over here. I gotta get the fuck out of here. I gotta get the fuck from here, point A to point B. Would that sound accurate, Mark?
Yeah. It just sounds a little further than point B. It's almost like point X.
Well, X is a lot cooler. So, I mean, it's a little further, but it's a lot cooler than B. Yeah, a battleship in here.
Almost
So,
point B, it's almost like point X.
well, I love you, Anthony, but I heard a lot of feedback, so I'm going to mute you. Um, and Anthony, as a new participant for this call, you're late, but I invite you to breathe and set an intention of what kind of like what do you most want to carry from this call, and also ask questions in the side chat. And so Mark,
I'm sorry, I just got kicked off. I'm back on.
it's all good. So Mark, you've taken the red pill and you see this whole world of opportunity, and you're in such a beautiful place right now. Um, I know we talked Friday, and you said you were overwhelmed, and because you had a lot going on, you had a lot of conversations with different people, and then probably you've seen things in your old environment, and it's like, oh, fuck this. And there's probably a lot of things that you get to open up with, and not only own the things that you've experienced in your life to this point, but then saying, hey, I want to own, like, your mess is your message. So it's like, everything that happened to this point, I want to take it in, I want to own it, I want to look at it. It's like a GPS. Like, in order to get to where you want to go, you got to know where you're starting. So it's like, I'm going to be real about this. This is who I am right now. Not even like the things I've done in the past makes me who I am. It's like, this is what I knew back then, and this is the things that I did, and now I'm going to make a change. I want to change a pattern, and I want to share something with you, like the event that I went to with Matt, and one of the first things we did, without sharing like anyone else's story, but like the first thing that I did was, or we did, of course we did, but we shared like why we were there, and it was like, why are we here right now? And it was like the most it's like the most scariest thing for people, because like, look, like it's like the darkest, it's almost like, the darkest secret that you have, and when you look at it, we all did some kind of fucked up shit in our life that we were probably ashamed of, and it's like we didn't understand, like, that we were doing something fucked up we saw it as a super fucked up thing, and then we don't understand that everyone else has their dirty laundry, or whatever you want to call it. So I'm sitting on the couch, and what I'm about to share is something that I did in a relationship with a woman when it was like very toxic, and it was before that I even went on my journey of self-development. And it's like I was just taking on shit that I learned from my parents, and it's like, holy shit, like all this shame came up for me. And the worst part about it is I'm sitting on the couch, and these 5 beautiful women are sitting across from me, and I'm like, holy shit, they're gonna like look at me like I'm some asshole. That's like the first thing that came to my mind. So I get up there. Well, actually, someone else gets up there and says they were in a relationship where it was abusive, and he got out of control, and he slapped the woman. And that was exactly my story. So I was like, oh, okay, well, he said it, now I can say it. No, but I went up there, and a relationship I was in the past, like one of the first serious relationships I was in, it was a lot of drama. It was a lot of verbal abuse. It was a lot of jealousy. It was a lot of codependency. It was like, it was sick. It was just like we said we're in love and all this other stuff, but it was like, it was just like I was trying to control her, she was trying to control me, and we said hurtful things to each other, and that was something that I was holding on to, because it's like that one time I got out of control and I slapped her and like immediately regretted it, but it was like, holy shit, I just did something that I can never take back. And even though afterwards, like years later, I, you know, forgave myself or forgave her. We got that closure and created the relationship I'm in now. Afterwards, it was like I was still holding on to that shame. Is like, wow, was I a bad person? I did this, and there was all this judgment around it. And really, when I really look at it as at a conscious level, is like I saw a lot of violence, domestic violence with my parents. My mom is an alcoholic, but like living with her, like back then it was like she was drinking a lot, and it was always verbal abuse and drama I saw in the relationship, and I didn't heal what was going on with me and my mom because for a long time I resented her. And your relationship with your mom, you take that on into the relationships you create in your life. So I was operating off a pattern, and I was bringing in drama in my world. And the most liberating thing about that experience was, one, me standing up and owning it and just saying, this is what I did, and having people just look at me and actually praise me for being brave enough to stand up and own it, instead of pointing their fingers and judging, like, you asshole, you did that 10 years ago, you dick, and then seeing everyone else come up and sharing story and like some of their darkest secrets. It was like, holy shit, everybody has a mess. Everybody. You go on Facebook and you see this perfect image of somebody, and you get so caught up with judging yourself of how they look on Facebook, and it's like they're showing you the polished version of themselves to the 10th degree. There's not that many people that will get on, unless it's like someone on Facebook that's like looking for sympathy and saying, no, like even them, they're probably polishing up their message. But everyone polishes up their message on Facebook, and it's like, or in general in life, and you see people and you're thinking that they have these perfect lives, and it's like, I'm the only one that lived in an environment where I wasn't happy with myself, and it's like you're thinking you're this only asshole out of everyone who's like living these perfect lives, and they never done a bad thing in their life, and it's just liberating to know, like, hey, we're all human, and we've all done some things that we struggled in, and we've all done some things that we may have regretted in the past, and the best way to grow into the highest version of yourself is to say, hey, this is what happened, this is what I created in my life in the past, and I'm going to take ownership of that. I'm going to get closure on that. I'm going to forgive those in my past. I'm going to forgive myself, and I'm going to allow myself to heal through that, and allow it to be a blessing rather than a curse. There's this children's book that states that God has sent nothing to me but angels, and basically in the book, it's called Little Soul in the Sun, and in the book it's like talking about how when before we lived the human experience, we were talking about, like, it would be cool if we could be humans and experience what it's like to be a human, and it's like you're talking to your best friend in heaven. I'm not even talking about like a heaven of angels floating on clouds and stuff like that. I'm just saying, like, let's think of any heaven that you may imagine in your mind. So you're talking to your friend in heaven, and you're saying, you're saying that what would be cool, like this, being in this life is awesome, it's blissful, there's lightness, but I never experienced darkness. I never knew what darkness felt like. So you, as my best friend, I want you to show me that and help me bring me back to the light. So basically the idea around the story is both him and the friend goes down to Earth and lives a human experience, and it's like the friend is playing there as the worst role possible and showing them darkness, but throughout that whole process, it's like, but I love you. So it's like when you think of that in your own life, and you know, it's like a theory. So it's like I'm not saying like for you to believe in this and to absolutely take this on as a belief system, but think of it as everyone you know in your life, your father, your mother, your sister, everyone that you come in contact with. What if they were valuable lessons in your life to teach you to walk through into the lightness? And they were showing you that darkness, and they were more of a blessing on you, rather than at surface level thinking it's a curse. And every bad thing that goes on in your life, it's a gift to teach you how to love yourself more on a deeper level, instead of trying to source that love through other people and other people's judgments and what people do to crucify you. And only then do you become free to just say, hey, fuck it, this is who I am, and I'm going to own that. And it doesn't matter what the fuck people think. And I don't even, Mark, I don't even know if that was your question. That's just where it came.
So you started rambling there, but that was good stuff, though. I mean, it kind of pointed some of my history, which at this moment, because this was all being recorded, obviously, I'm not very comfortable with saying it. It's pretty dark. It actually might invoke other feelings and emotions to other people, and just being respectful. That's not something that I think that most people would want to hear, and I wouldn't have a problem, saying it to you privately or anything like that. I've owned up to a lot of stuff already. I am at work, so it is a little harder in the environment that I'm at right now. I have to, make sure that you don't see where I'm at and can't hear the radio, all that kind of stuff. So I have to be very cautious. Basically, stuff that I'm seeing is some of my past experiences that I've had. They have made me stronger. They have been a blessing. Some of them I haven't seen yet. I haven't seen those blessings. I am very blinded by anger and grief at this moment. Things that I think that's just the way it is, and it's not me saying fuck it. It's saying fuck you, and basically it's just coming after me, one thing after another, and no matter how much I'm climbing out of that hole, it's like it just keeps on pounding and knocking me back down. But I haven't given up. I like to fight. So, I mean, everything that everybody's experiences is stuff that they're sharing and stuff that you share. They're just tools that I'm putting in my toolbox to help, help get myself out and attack things in different ways. And that's pretty much where I'm at the moment.
Beautiful. I love your awareness around everything, and definitely it's a journey, and I feel like you're going through the first steps of your new journey, and it's like things are going to unfold, and it's going to be I'm trying to think of song lyrics I heard this morning. It was like perfect for this, but I can't think of them. It's like my scars will build my throne. If any of you know that song, I'll post the song in the Fuck It group.
There you go.
Yeah, that's awesome. Awesome feedback, Jesse. It's definitely a man singing it. You know what? I can probably just look it up on my Spotify right now. It's called Throne by Bring Me the Horizon.
Throne?
Yeah.
All right.
Shit is epic. Yep. Yeah, I saw that. That's where I got it from. I saw it from him this morning, and I just started playing it this morning. And it's perfect. It's like this perfect workout music. Like when you feel tired, when you feel like your day hasn't gone as well as planned as like every fucking scar or every bruise or whatever he said. It's designing who I am and making me a king. And definitely looking forward with talking with you further and helping assisting you in your journey. Um, yeah, I feel good about that.
Well, I appreciate it, and I do hate to say this because I kind of hid for about an hour. I've got to get back to work, so I enjoyed and definitely going to be watching the recorded rest of this and wish everybody the best, and y'all have a good night.
Thank you, Mark. Great having you here.
All right, brother. See you.
Hey, Anthony. How are you, man? I don't hear you. You got to turn your mic off.
I'm
I think you
good.
got your mic on. Awesome.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah, I'm good. I'm like at a. Oh, I'm like split right now between just moving back home and staying here in Alabama.
Mm-hmm.
I do not like Alabama.
Alabama.
I'm done with Alabama. I'm done with hearing Roll Tide. I'm done with.
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
My general manager for my NFL football team, he is an Alabama fan. So I indirectly take offense to that.
Oh. Well, I'm not necessarily into football. It's just people down here, they say Roll Tide for everything. Like,
Roll Tide.
yeah, it'll be like, I don't know, dude, my friend just brought back a 6-pack of beer. Roll Tide. I was like, yeah, that's a little odd. But I'm thinking of just moving back home to California because there's like, I don't know, I went back home and all my friends are still back there and they like. But it was weird. I went back home just for Thanksgiving and God, I feel like everyone I know is over there.
You belong in Cali, definitely.
I feel like I belong in California.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's my like main thing right now. Other than that, I'm thinking of writing this article that is about it's called five. Oh, here's the thing. I've actually written the article, but I'm thinking about submitting it for publication, and I'm not sure if I want to submit it under my name. But it's called Lies I Learned About Sex in Church.
Ooh.
And it's basically like I took literally I sat down and I wrote out all of the things that I think were like just majorly screwing people over like later in their years about sex that you could maybe should learn like I don't know in high school I want to say, but there were things like let's see. Things like, and the reason why I'm not so sure is I want to publish under my name is because I don't know if my parents are like very, very religious people, and I'm probably gonna hear about it. But here's one thing. It was like I believe that like it's like if you wait for sex, the sex you have with your married wife or whatever is gonna be like the best mind-blowing sex ever. And I found that I talked to a bunch of my friends that are like actually waited. It's not true. It's just awkward and uncomfortable, but they perpetuate that lie to you to like get you to stay a virgin for longer. And then another one, the biggest one I think messes people up so much is the whole like the idea of a soulmate, which does I feel stupid for believing that now, but it's like the whole like because
there's only one person in the world that you were meant for.
Yeah.
Somehow you managed to meet that person is a miracle, and if you mess up with that one person, it's screwed.
Yeah. Yeah. I wrote gosh, I wrote that. It was basically like they use that in a way to keep you mentally brainwashing yourself. Because
Mhm.
say you go out on a date with like some girl, and then they'll tell you all this stuff like, oh, you don't want to do anything to that girl that you wouldn't want your future wife's date doing to her now, would you? And it'll just mind fuck you, and like prevent you from like actually even wanting to explore that aspect of life. So not only that, but it doesn't mean it necessarily works, because if you're supposed to be with that person, like you are destined to be with that person, there's literally nothing you could do that would actually mess that up, because it's like the logic itself defeats itself. It's weird. I'm probably gonna get kicked out of. I'm probably gonna get shunned by my church or whatever if I publish that, because they were the ones that taught me that shit. But yeah.
Well, I'm the type of person to tell people what to do, but I'm going to put you on mute because it's feedback. I'm not the type of person to tell people what they should do, but if it were me, I'd put my name all over that shit. So, you can, if you decide to own it and you want to say, hey, fuck it, this is me, whatever, I fully support you with that. And if you don't, I support you as well. But, it's cool with me if you put your name on it. And I want to get back to this question from Becca. So building it after they come, how to bring them in? Facebook Tribe, free content. So yeah, definitely. Like having the Facebook Tribe is powerful. Facebook groups are very powerful, and free content on Facebook. Like that's the easiest way to see if people are interested. You post a Facebook post around the content that you want to teach, and each time you post content, you're planting a seed, and you're planting more and more seeds, and the more people who comment and engage, it's like, okay, now these people are interested. They're raising their hand in some sort of way, in some sort of form or fashion. So instead of saying, hey, I want to prepare for this new launch, and I'm going to record all these audios of awesome things that I know, and then I'm going to introduce it to Facebook and then see if they like it. You could spend all that time recording audios or writing a book or putting in the legwork, and then you release it 5 months later and it's like, shit, no one wants it. But like for me, honestly, a lot of the stuff I offer I haven't even created. I'm just like, I'll say, hey, I'm doing this and this is the topic. If you want it, hit me up. And then if people engage on it a lot, I'm like, oh fuck, I gotta create that now. And then I create it, and the people are already there for it. And then a lot of the stuff I do is it's service based with coaching. So like a lot of times it'll be an online coaching, and then I'll put the offer out there on a certain topic, and if I get people enrolled in, and then it's like, okay, now we get to set up a time and put a Facebook mastermind group together, or like the spiritual smartass event. Actually, I think I'm going to rename it to Fuck It University. I think that more has a ring to it. But like my event is like I'm putting the content out there before I book a hotel or a spot or anything like that. It's like I know what I want to teach. I have it in my brain, but it's like I don't even know exactly what it looks like. I just know the core concept. I just know the nucleus of everything and what I want people to get out of it, but I don't know every single detail. I know that will come to me, and I put that offer out. And then if people are interested, then it's like, okay, cool. Instead of me booking like a hotel or a spot and then say, hey, guys, I booked this. I got this all together. Will you guys please come? And then everyone's like, no, fuck no. We're not coming. And then I'm like down on a couple $1,000s or whatever. So, yeah. Put it out there, see how they respond, and then build it. So let's see. I don't think there was more questions in here. I'm checking. And if you have any questions, type in the side chat, or if you notice anything coming up for you, let me know. Awesome. So it's a 60-minute mark. I intended this to be 60 minutes. I had like a 30-minute buffer. Ask questions in the side chat if you desire. To close this, a few things I want to go over is, to end it off, is in the Fuck It community, you'll notice some things unraveling, like there's probably a thought process and a dialogue going on in your head after you get off the call, probably right after, and there's probably going to be some insights and some inspiration that hits you a day later, or 2 days later, 3 days later, whatever it is. And I invite you guys to be open and post those insights in the Fuck It community, and let me know like how things are processing. Some of it is like what inspired you, what kind of things that came up for you during this call. Like, what are your insights and what are your key takeaways? And I'm going to read this. That's not unlike my construction business. I've been telling people I know what I'm doing since the beginning, then wing it. One thing I want to say is that the moment my life changed was when I decided to be happy right in the moment, even if only for a few seconds. That's awesome. Beautiful. I had the most amazing call with Kathy. I guess it was like 2 months ago, and it was like the call was like so liberating, and it was so awesome to see Kathy just be in the moment and forget about what prior coaches might have want her message to be, or how she's supposed to show up, depending on what other people think. And seeing her own her message since then, start writing a book and putting her viewpoints out there, no matter how controversial it was awesome. A beautiful thing to see. And I feel like half of you are frozen right now. Nice. That's beautiful. It's like magic, ginger magic. So anyway, right now, most of you guys are frozen to me right now, except for Anthony and Tom. I don't know. It must be my internet. But anyway, you guys could be flipping me off right now, and I don't even know it. So I see Anthony flipping me off. I don't see anyone else flipping me off. But and Kate, if you have if you're seeking any clarity on this call, I know we got a call tomorrow, but any clarity, would love to answer anything or support you. Other than that, it feels like a wrap. I feel like we've had a good get together here, and it was awesome. It was awesome having you all here. This is amazing, and looking forward to seeing some of your insights. We'll start reading that novel soon, definitely, in the apprentice group. We're gonna have fun. So anyway, thank you guys for being here. I wish I saw you moving right now. I don't see any of you moving, but thank you guys, and looking forward to hearing your comments in the Fuck It group. And yeah, have an amazing night. Thank you for being here in this space with me.